Now folks, if you think the last 4 weeks has been like living in a totalitarian state, think again, as worse is yet to come. The more they take us down this debt rabbit hole, the more they get control. Now I liken this government to pedophiles who lure their victims in with candy. The only difference is this pedophile government is using cash instead of candy to lure its victims in towards total state dependency. And people are already getting addicted to this cash and are putting their hands out for more. Now at this point we must ask why this government went down this lockdown and massive debt route when it was patently obvious that the South Korean model was working very, very well indeed. Now at present the South Korean death rate per million is 5 and New Zealand's is 4, almost exactly the same. And Korea did this without locking down and stuffing up their economy. And a major part of their success was face masks for everyone. The Korean government, with the help of the private sector, ensured every one of its 50 million citizens could purchase 2 face masks a week. And they wear them because they're not stupid. They've had a lot of experience with viruses. Now everyone wears a mask in South Korea, especially on public transportation. Now if we have another outbreak in New Zealand, public transportation is most likely where it will start, because tracing people is virtually impossible. But no, our government rejects the idea of masks.
Germany is making face masks compulsory in public, and Auckland Transport's asking passengers under level 3 to wear them on buses and trains. Where is the consideration at for whether New Zealand will see these sorts of measures under alert level 3 and 2?
So at this point, we're not recommending people use face masks routinely. We don't think it is an important part of our overall measures. The most important parts are the physical distancing and hygiene and other safety measures. And of course maintaining the bubbles. That's the really critical thing. This morning actually quite early, myself and colleagues were on a call with our British counterparts to share experiences, and this was one of the issues raised. Like us, they are carefully watching the evidence, and as their chief medical officer has said, you can find very high-level specialists on both sides of the argument. So again, I think if people want to wear a mask, they should know how to use it, but we don't think at this point there is any indication for routine use of masks in public.
What I do just want to urge is that it is no supplement, it is no substitute for social distancing. So when it comes to public transport, we will still ask people to try and keep their distance, keep seats free, sit further back from other people if you're able. All of those basic measures we're asking people to maintain all the way through these alert levels.
Masks, isn't it wise that we err on the side of caution while evidence is still being evaluated?
At this point, we don't think that that's the important thing.
Wow, he doesn't think it's important. So this is their answer to no masks.
Under Alert Level 3, here's what you need to know about catching a train, ferry or bus. We want everyone to feel safe and confident while travelling, so we've made some important changes. We're limiting the number of people who can board each bus, train or ferry for physical distancing purposes. We suggest you use our AT mobile app and use the new feature, which allows you to see how full a service is in advance, to see if there's enough room on board. Bus timetables will be back to normal in Level 3, but train and ferry services will be running at reduced frequencies. You need to get on a bus using the rear door to avoid contact with the driver. Once you're on the bus, you need to keep 2 metres apart from other passengers.
So let's see. We've got 1, possibly 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. Yeah, maybe 5 people per bus. Now, what could possibly go wrong there? Anyway, now to our pedophile government handing out cash.
Free cash for Kiwis could be on the way, an idea proving popular with the public.
Any cash that comes out of the government is brilliant for everyone.
I think
You complete muppet. It doesn't come from the government. It will come from you, your children, and your grandchildren. But no, we need more.
GPs have received $45 million from the government to help prepare for COVID and support them financially. But they say they need more.
Since when have doctors been hard up? But it's not only doctors who need more.
Disability sector. How many more weeks do you think you could go on?
Well, my accountant would say none.
Pharmacists adding their voices to the call for more frontline funding.
And of course our grievance mongers need more.
Shane Jones says he'll be seeking a top-up in this year's budget for the Provincial Growth Fund.
Primary produce expansion is absolutely essential. Māori already are significant players in the primary produce sector. There will be opportunities for Māori owners of SMEs because many of them are key players already.
Didn't they just get $56 million? No, they need more. And of course, the Greens need more.
The Greens want the government to spend $1 billion over 3 years on creating jobs that help the environment and...
Oh, just a mere $1 billion. And of course the YMCA really needs help as well.
Welcome back. Strengthening communities and empowering young people have been its goals for more than a century and a half, but COVID-19 is putting the YMCA under pressure. It says it's in a dire situation, like many other not-for-profit organisations, and needs government help.
Well, here's a novel idea. Sell off a few of your properties. But they aren't the only ones with their hands out.
Other non-profit groups keen for similar support.
Certainly the extension of the current wage subsidy to support the team would be great. Our other focus is actually getting the young people being able to afford to come to the program.
Wow, so you want the taxpayer to fund student boat rides? Wow, when is this give me BS going to stop? Well, actually, I do know the answer to that. It will stop when we are completely broke like Venezuela. But anyway, getting back to the face mask issue and why our government doesn't recommend the public use them, is that because they don't have enough of them, perhaps?